Does God threaten us with harm if we don't love him? And if he does, is that really love or is that just coercion? There's a major difference between a doctor saying, if you keep smoking, you will surely die, versus saying, if you keep smoking, I will kill you. In the first, the smoking causes the harm, and in the second, the doctor does. That distinction matters. Whether something is coercion or a loving warning depends on what causes the harm. See, the Bible is very clear. Sin causes harm. Sin leads to death. God leads to life. That's not coercive. That's diagnostic. People often say, if a husband said, love me or I'll harm you, we'd call that abuse. And they're right. But that argument makes the same mistake as the second doctor example. It makes the one giving the warning the same person causing the harm. Versus if instead somebody said, please don't run in front of that bus because that bus will kill you and I love you, that's not coercion, that's love. And that's exactly how Genesis reads. God doesn't say, if you do this, I'll kill you. He says, if you do this, you will surely die. Corruption naturally leads to death because decay is its end. Now, I can hear the objections, but Lisa, the Bible talks about God's wrath, his anger, his judgment. Doesn't that mean that he causes the harm? Here's the crucial distinction. If someone commits a serious crime and they are removed from society so that they don't cause more harm, that removal is painful for the criminal, but who caused the pain? Not the judge. The harm was caused by the person's own actions. The judge didn't make the corruption. He simply declared the truth. Naming the poison doesn't make it poisonous. If removing violent behavior were immoral, protecting the innocent would be impossible. That is why Scripture says both that we have to hold in tandem and separate. Sin causes death. God judges sin. Those are not the same statement, and confusing them causes loads of problems. Judgment language in Scripture is usually talking about being cut off, being removed, or given over. When Israel commits evil, they are removed from the land. When Adam and Eve corrupt creation, they are removed from the garden. The pattern is removal from community, not divine violence for pleasure. Here's where Jesus changes everything. God's beloved in this scenario, in ours, is the one who's no longer safe for society. So God tells the truth about the corruption. Judgment is real, but instead of abandoning the guilty, Jesus absorbs the cost himself. He dies in our place. That doesn't coerce love, it proves it. God doesn't threaten us into relationship. He tells us the truth about where paths lead. A God who didn't resist evil wouldn't be loving, he'd be indifferent. And Sheol, or being cut off, isn't this leverage that he uses. It is the tragic dignity of choice. And the gospel is that God steps into death itself, not to threaten us, but to bring us back to life. He tells the truth and then suffers everything to bring us home.